coming today at you with Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven, the live version from The Song Remains the Same album. And for those of you that were around back then, the album is actually based on a motion picture, and it was really a movie about the fantasies from each musician's point of view as they were playing through these songs. And it was a little bit abstract and kind of freaky, which, I think video stuff at that particular time tried to stretch the boundaries of that era to perhaps market those kind of videos to people who imbibed it a bit. And it was certainly no different in my household, because I remember it was about 1984. We went to Blockbuster after having a few drinks and otherwise, and we stuck the VHS in the VCR, and we gave it a good watch and listen at that time. And I remember listening through, vicariously through John Bonham as a button drummer myself, and being able to actually watch what he was doing, his hand motions and whatnot, I thought would be very interesting, and it was very interesting. And quite frankly, some of the songs that were on this album, for example, Whole Lotta Love, I had heard the studio version of that prior, and I thought, okay, cool song, really nice drum riffs in the sort of the last quarter of that song. But when I saw it live and I heard it live, it blew my mind. Okay, back to Stairway to Heaven. What really struck me at the time, because I was so obsessed and focused on drums, was the performances by Jimmy Page and Robert Plant and John Bonham. And look, I don't know why, but on so many videos and what I've seen sort of online with Led Zeppelin, John Bonham is rarely ever, John Paul Jones, which is an amazing bassist and keyboardist, is rarely ever given any credit. He's rarely ever in the shot. He's rarely ever shown on stage for their live performances, which I think does a great disservice to him. Much like Rick Wright and Pink Floyd. Very unrecognized in the sense of their brilliance and what they added and what they brought to the table for these bands. So listen, without further ado, uninterrupted, we're going to listen to this entire song. It's going to be a long one, so make yourself comfortable. Sit back and really enjoy this beautiful classic. At the end of it, I'll size up the musicianship, which I think I did a little bit already, but and then interpret the meaning of the song, which at the time when I first heard it, I thought it was very occulty and everything because of the album cover and some of the art around Led Zeppelin at that particular time. And I was also aware that Robert Plant, and I'm not sure if it was back then, but he lost, tragically, a 5-year-old son. So later in life, I kind of thought maybe that was a Stairway to Heaven. So let's see. This time I'm going to really pay attention, react to the song live, and then give that interpretation at the end and rate it against all the other songs on this channel. So let's, without further ado, listen to Stairway to Heaven live. I'm excited. Are you?
I think this is a song of hope.
Song of hope. I'm just curious, is that flute or keyboards along behind the guitar?
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. And when she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, but she wants to be sure. 'Cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven, and I think you can see that.
A wise man, Robert Plant.
Then the Piper will lead us to reason, and a new day will dawn for those who stand alone, and the forests will echo with laughter.
Sorry for
Does anybody remember laughter?
The way Jimmy Page and Robert Plant are synergized.
Don't be alarmed now.
It's a hedgerow.
It's just a spring clean for the May Queen. Yes, there are 2 paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. I hope so.
Guitar work. Oh.
Wait a minute. Your head is humming, and it won't go in case you don't know. The Piper is calling you to join him. Dear lady, can you hear the wind blow? And you know your stairway lies on the whisper wind.
Oh. Please. everything that's going on here is. I don't remember feeling like this. This is legend.
And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Oh. This just, oh my God. Did you hear that? Wow. We talk a lot about, we have talked a lot about Mark Knopfler and David Gilmour, some other guitars here on the channel, which are just, superb. In their own rights, absolutely. This guitar solo by Jimmy Page, wow. That dude was good. And I had heard throughout the years that Led Zeppelin would do a lot of improvising on stage at their live concerts. Okay, I'm gonna, just starting with Jimmy Page, that's just... He started so gently, and there was a little bit of synth, I don't know if it was keyboard or flute layered behind his guitar at the beginning. Robert Plant came in with his, starting the song with his vocals. Very, very nice. Just matching up so well. Like David Gilmour once said about Rick Wright, it's like they had a telepathy between them. I believe now, I've got to listen to a lot more of this album, actually, because it seems there's a real telepathy between Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. Now, I believe Robert Plant wrote the songs and the lyrics for most of Led Zeppelin's stuff. And, so I don't know, this guitar work by Jimmy Page, sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place, but... Oh, man, what a solo. That is like one of the best guitar solos. When you put it in context with that song and the way John Bonham was playing and John Paul Jones, you could hear him on the bass. He's all over the place and just perfect. And this is live, mind you, back probably in the early 70s. And so anyway, I let's move on to Robert Plant. Look, when you think of Led Zeppelin as being an R&B band, instead of like a hard rock band, you can really appreciate Robert Plant's voice. And I know there's been mixed reviews, including myself, that he can be a little screechy sometimes, kind of like Geddy Lee with Rush, right? But he in this context, like playing these kind of R&B-ish type songs, which Led Zeppelin has a lot of them. His voice is spot on. I mean, his emotions and his energy and just his aura in this song and his lyrics is absolute. It's perfection. I mean, with all the flaws of the recording and some of the missteps of the musicians, which I heard a few, but that's why live music is just so great, because it's like vinyl records. Remember the little scratches and the little noises you would hear? I love those imperfections. And with live music, I really, really enjoy them even so much more. So Robert Plant, outstanding. And he wrote the song. We'll get into the meaning of the song in just a minute. John Paul Jones, look, what can I say? I mean, he is so talented with his keyboards and bass, yet he's not really on the top of the song. You know, it's like they turned the volume down on him a little bit, but just absolutely brilliant as well. Now, let's get to John Bonham. Okay, from a drummer's point of view, there was some seriously skillful drumming in this song. It was active, it was boisterous, and it was tasteful. Like, it was just explosive in different parts of the song and then very subdued in other parts of the song. And I love how this is a habit I actually got from John Bonham, is he keeps timing on his left foot on his hi-hats, so you can always hear that in the background, and he's going wild on the kit all over the place. He showed some hand speed here, some hand movements that were quite advanced. A lot of people would call John Bonham a hacker, sort of a hacker, whatever. He's anything but. That dude is good. That guy is excelente. A little bit of Portuguese for you. That is amazing. Absolutely phenomenal drumming to underline to like the guitar and the vocals, and then the quiet John Paul Jones. That drumming was stellar. Okay, well, listen, let's talk about what this song's meaning is. I was way off, and, prefacing this video, I was talking about perhaps a tragic event or some kind of a cultish thing, because they showed, the guy at the Stairway to Heaven, I believe on their studio album. I'm going by memory only, guys. I'm freestyling, as you know. There's kind of a guy holding a lantern, sort of some kind of robed character. But it's anything but any of that sort of mystical, occultish type things. And it's not a song about tragedy, unless you can put it in the context that if not getting all the material items that you want is tragic, well, then it's about tragedy. Because I just picked this up for the first time today. It's 2023, October. Can you imagine? And I finally think I know what this song is about. It's really about a woman. I always remember that line. Not all that glitters is gold. And this woman is finding that out. So it's about a character. It's a female, and she is trying to buy the Stairway to Heaven, which in her mind, I guess, is to acquire material items or valuable items or whatever for her life. And the song is really more simple than I had given it credit for as far as the topic of the song. So really, it's like, she's trying to buy herself into the Stairway to Heaven, which is symbolic of, in her mind, gathering or, like I said, acquire material items or things of value. Throughout this entire song, it was about that. And how can such a great song... I mean, because I'm kind of anti-materialistic in a way. I think it's the root of a lot of the problems we have in modern society today. So, in a way, I'm kind of let down. I thought it would be something... I mean, it is a deep topic, and it's very relevant, and it certainly is an overarching problem in today's society. So, hey, it's important. But I was looking for something a little more mystical. Anyway, it doesn't take anything away from the song because it is very cool. Now, let's rate this song. There's no question in my mind. This live version particularly, this is epic. This song is a masterpiece. It'll be what, the third masterpiece on this entire playlist? I think the third, maybe the fourth. I'm not sure. I'll have to dig up my song ratings in just a second here. I'll show them, of course, while I'm talking in my post-editing of this video. Total masterpiece. Like, this is just not only being one of the most famous songs in the world, the way it was performed here, and the song remains the same. And wow, oh my God, that is power, like unleashed onto the world, and such a beautiful song. The studio version's quite calm compared to this. They just went all out. Led Zeppelin live, they are awesome. And wow, what a pleasure it's been to revisit this song after many years. And look, I encourage you, I get long-winded here. I'm going to finish this video out. I encourage you, before you go, drop a comment, give me a like, please. If you made it this far, I'm hoping you enjoyed the content here. And if you don't like the video, I appreciate if you don't give it a thumbs down, because the algorithms, it's a small channel, and the algorithms can really sync this reaction and rating. A lot of people won't be able to see it. So, a thumbs up or nothing would be great. Greatly appreciated. You know how that works, Google algorithms. Anyway, I want you to please comment. Give me your feedback and insights about Led Zeppelin, what your experience with the band is, how you enjoyed this particular song, and even the album. The song remains the same. And any other thoughts or insights that you have, which can help me get more educated about Led Zeppelin. I was big on them when I was a teenager and in my 20s. I love them. Not so much listening to them, in the last 2 decades. Oh, boy, what a shame. I'm okay, but that being said, I invite all comments. I respond to everybody, as you know. And on that note, whoa, what a doozy. Wherever you are, whoever you are, enjoy, keep your liberty, try to look at the positive parts of life. I know we're living in really difficult times right now universally. It's been crazy, but let's get into the music and enjoy what we can, and focus on the things that matter. And see you next week.